Time now to talk about the Chicago Bears, and we go to Chicago to bring in Jake Perper. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. The website is called Bears Backers, bearsbacker.com. Jake, tell us a little bit about your site and a little bit about yourself.
I'm 20 years old. I made bearsbacker.com about 3 years ago. Just been a big Bears fan my whole life and decided to put it on the internet.
Talk about the Bears and give us some insight into this team. From afar, we look at the Chicago Bears. We know they were in the NFC Championship game, so by simple math and definition, they were one of the NFL's Final Four last year. Would you say they're one of the NFL's top four coming into this season, or no?
I think they're underrated at this point because obviously people thought they were lucky to get to the Final Four, teams to get to the NFC Championship. I mean, they were really healthy last year, and that's why they got there. But I like the team that they have. They're in a really tough division. The Lions and Vikings aren't going to be easy to play against. The Packers, again, are going to be a very good team with all those players back, Ryan Grant and all those players. But, again, I like the Bears team. I like Jay Cutler, second year in Mike Martz's offense. The offensive line played pretty well last night, only giving up one sack. They brought in Marion Barber to be that goal line back. He failed to score last night, but he's a nice 1-2 punch with Matt Forte.
So let's go to your article on Bears Backer, and we're talking to Jake Perper. You can find him on Twitter at such Jake Perper. You can find him at Bears Backer. I encourage you to check out the website. You write an article about the 5 guys to watch in Game 2 heading into the game last night. Roy Williams is the first one. He might be the biggest name or one of the biggest names to change teams this offseason. Tell us what we need to know about Roy Williams in a Bears uniform so far.
Well, Roy Williams at this point has not been very good with the Bears. I think that he hasn't been caught up to speed with the offense. He's not in shape, but he's familiar with Mike Martz's offense, and in Detroit he had some of his best seasons. So I think with time, Roy Williams is going to get into the offense and do a good job. But I wouldn't say he's a number one receiver.
Second guy that the Bears have now is Chester Taylor, and when you look at Chester Taylor, Matt Forte, and you look at Marion Barber added into the mix, I would say that the Bears are pretty healthy at running back. How does this all work with Taylor, Forte, and Marion Barber? And specifically, if you're a fantasy player, who's getting the goal line carries?
Well, at this point, I think Matt Forte is a little upset that Marion Barber is getting a lot of reps in practice, but I still think Matt Forte is going to be the guy in goal line opportunities at the beginning of the year until they find another reason not to put him in goal line situations. Chester Taylor, they got to find a way to use him. I mean, he's a good pass-blocking running back, but he hasn't done well in running situations. He averaged 2.4 yards per carry last year. There's a clip of him against the Seahawks where he scored. But, I mean, the guy just hasn't performed, and he's making over $1 million. They have a 4th-string running back by the name of Khalil Bell that they're really high on. So if Taylor doesn't do well these next 2 weeks, I don't see a reason for them to keep him.